gently and religiously. I started watching podcasts, reading books once in a while, listening to English content, and trying to get someone to speak with me and all that.
Yes.
And after, realizing that I have become a little bit able in English, uh, I started, realizing that I should kind of teach English to people. I should help people to improve their communication skills and English language in general, because I kind of started having a lot of time recently because of lack of clients. As I told you, I work as a freelancer, so sometimes you don't have clients. And then I built my website on my own, and I started doing it. So
Okay.
that's I'm still working on it, and I'm gonna keep working on it because you are never perfect in it.
Right, right, right. That is a very good thing. It's a strong message you just gave all of us that we can't be perfect. We all are learner. Life is always teaching us one way or another way, right? And if we think that okay, I am perfect one, I can do anything. So this is the biggest misunderstanding. Even we all are learning, and that's a very nice thing. If you know something, you should share your knowledge. In a way you are getting that exposure, you are going to interact so many people out there, right? And okay, as I belong to a small place in Himachal, I think you belong to UP, right? So I want to know your hurdle, all the hurdles and challenges that
Yeah,
you faced and still you are facing when it comes to your communication skills.
I'm glad that you asked this question. So I'm also from a area which is so rural. Here we don't have a prominent doctor in my village. We don't have like a police inspector like who is working in government or something. We have like few doctors who are working like who have some medicals or something. So I'm trying to imply that we are not so educated here. Yeah, and I was the first person who graduated in mechanical engineering, and
Okay.
I studied with Hindi medium with UP board, and I was not really good in English. Like I still remember things would go over my head when teachers
Hmm.
would, talk about English concept and all that. So yeah, I had challenges. The biggest challenge was I had no one to speak with me. I had no one who can, give constructive feedback, who can, make me realize my weaknesses in my communication skills, and also encourage me, and so that I would not give up or something. So it was a big thing for me, and it was not easy, I would say. And still, not a lot of people know that I can speak English
Yes.
here because I'm kind of shy. I don't speak English in front of people. I don't show it off. So the only people know that I can speak English who are watching my videos, whom I have made subscribe my channel, something like that.
Yes. Actually, it's a harsh reality, or it's really true that at home we don't get that environment because we people don't have that exposure, right? At our homes, we are not speaking in English. We're using our native languages or Hindi. My first language is Hindi, and yes, we do speak in Himachali. That is our local dialect. So. When we try to speak in English, it feels like we are creating a drama or we are creating a scene. It doesn't sound serious. Yes, it happens. It's bitter truth, or it's very. I am very practical. I try to use so many times when I was in my initial days when I was struggling with this language or juggling with this language. So sometime I used to speak with my son, but it never worked well for me because at the end of our conversation we were like laughing at each other, and
Yeah.
and when it
So
comes to yes, when it comes to when I got angry or then I just switched to my local dialect, that is Himachali, because we the words not they do not come naturally, right? So
yeah,
at homes, for a middle class person, it's just next to impossible to have that environment. And when we try to speak with our elders, they just interrupt us. अंग्रेज मत बनो ज़्यादा. So
yeah,
we got these kind of comments. When I just look back, I have a long way. I had my own struggles, and but I feel blessed. Like I never stopped, I never gave up, and this is the reason I'm here still. Sometimes it's not your day. Sometimes you perform really well, sometimes you are not able to perform good. So what my message is for you all, that keep moving, keep going, keep growing, never just feel hesitated or demotivated. And one more thing I want to ask, sometimes when we try to speak with our friends or with someone who is little bit better than us, so sometimes people used to laugh at us, right?
yeah,
So what are your views on this? How do you tackle these kind of people who try to make fun of speakers?
yeah. So actually, I kind of have never spoken with my friends or family members in English, but I still remember when I started, practicing my speaking skills. I would install apps where people talk for free. They can talk
Mhm.
to learners, other learners around the
Yes.
world. So sometime I would get connected with someone who was a little bit, good at English, and then he would overcorrect me. Like he would try to correct me in every sentence or like at every step, and it would be so frustrating. So it's not a good thing to do when you are, like practicing with someone who
Yes.
is little bit
Yes.
better than you. So you should encourage them. Yeah,
Yes.
it's so it's important to give constructive feedback sometime, but it's
Right.
really like bad to overcorrect someone in every sentence. Let them speak, and they're gonna realize it bit by bit.
Yes. Right. So what? Yes, if you are see on those all application, it's not that we are taking a lesson. If you have paid at a paid, like you have joined some platform where you are sitting as a learner and in front of you is your tutor. It's his job or
Yeah,
her job to make corrections. But if you are having general conversation as a friend, at the end of your conversation, let he or she can let you know a few mistakes. Okay, you can even I he the way should be like this, that the person in front of you don't doesn't mind. It should not like that you are showing off your knowledge or you are making other person little bit embarrassed. So that is true. When we are having that general conversation, we should not interrupt much. We can have that friendly suggestions to each of us. But if you are showing off, okay, I know better than you or I know much than you, so that is that you
yeah.
become or you are little bit arrogant.
There are two kinds of problem when speaking with people for free on social media. First of all, there are people who are going to overcorrect you at every step, and there are some people who are going to, completely ignore your weaknesses, and which
Okay.
makes you a little ignorance of your weaknesses
Yes.
and mistakes. So there should be a balance where a,
Yes.
a person should correct a little bit, but not like go overboard with it,
Yes.
right?
Right. Yes, you
So
can correct them without making them feel that you are showing off, or it should be very in a very humble manner, right?
yeah.
And yes, you just spoke
So
really.
did you did you study with your state board?
Please, sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Like, did you study with your state board?
Yes, yes, yes. HP board, and I did my masters in HP University itself, Himachal Pradesh. Yes.
Your English is impeccable, just like me. I think not like me. You are even better. So
No,
you are so
we can't
confident,
say. Yes,
and
actually, I'm interrupting you. You know what? You are in your younger age now. You have started your journey. I have come a long way, right? But I would like to tell you, when I did my masters or when I did my schooling or college studies, we had not all the facilities that you people have. There
Yeah.
was no Google, no internet, no. We were completely dependent on books or our teachers. So
Yeah.
after getting married, I was busy routine household chores and taking care of families and all the stuff. So there was a time when I felt underconfident, and I just felt that I am not able to speak a word. But the thing is, I am a self-motivated person. As I told you, I never gave up. I just kept on driving, or I kept on searching, or brushing up my knowledge. And practically, I'm going to tell you, it's during lockdown when I started taking tuition classes. That was a turning point, because you know all the concepts of grammar, tenses, or until and unless you're speaking, you never get that confidence. So
Yeah.
it's all about speaking practice. So I would suggest you keep on doing this, because this is the only way. Otherwise, we cannot get that fluency, because
Yeah.
it needs practice and it needs consistency. So it's my experience.
Yeah. And you said you're not going to, like use your grammatical skill and vocabulary unless you start
Yes.
and I would like to add something on that. So there are a lot of people who only focus on input, like reading books or learning vocabulary or listening to something, and they
Yes.
don't focus on output, which are reading, sorry, writing and speaking. So if you want, make the best out of your learning, which is speaking English, then you have to focus on both input
Exactly.
and output.
Out. And
Yeah.
yes, one more thing, language, as I told many times, language is not only about words, about speaking words. It is about your body language, how you are presenting yourself, facial expressions, right? Your gestures. So we can't behave like zombies. No, how are you? There is, if there is no expression, right? So we should be very expressive, and moreover, where any language, it doesn't matter which language are you using, uh, the things that requires, you should be humble and you should be polite enough. Always be ready with a smile, so that
Yeah.
people be able to connect with you. So that is
Yes.
it.
Right. Yep. It is also like the part of communication skill. It's not just speaking perfectly.
Yes.
Gesture and expression and body language is also an integral part of
Right.
communication. Communication.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so
And,
let me.
and mm,
Mhm.
okay.
Uh, oh, yes, I want to ask you how uh, you are enhancing your vocabulary, how you are switching to basic vocabulary to advanced one. What all the tips and tricks you use?
Okay. So that is the way I learn vocabulary. Is I don't directly go on internet and learn 15 words, 20 words like that. I only learn words whenever I come across them as a new word for me. Okay, so when I'm listening to something like podcast or watching a movie or reading a book and come across a word which I don't understand or which can be a synonym of like the basic word which I know, then only I try to learn it. I look it up and try to take screenshot or something so that I can revise them later, right? So
Okay,
that's how I do it. If,
that's very nice.
yeah.
And I want you to give a message to all the young people who will watch our video. So, what is your message? Who all are learner? Sometimes you know what I get an experience or got an experience to talk to many young people who really feel very disappointed because they don't have even basic facilities at their places, and they are struggling, they're juggling a lot to learn this language. So just motivate them, or just let them know how they can improve their communication skills.
Okay, so I would say if you are really willing to improve your communication skills and the English language in general, nothing is going to stop you. It's all about your determination. You're gonna find a way to do it because the social media has made it so simple that like not that challenging nowadays. if you can afford a smartphone and internet, then you have everything. You have every tool to work with to improve your English. Like you can watch videos, you can learn grammar, you can listen to English content which are really helpful. But most of all, you have to be consistent. There are something that you have to do. You have to be consistent and you have to have determination. Sometimes you're gonna realize that, oh, you're not improving. You will not see big improvement, but that is the phase you have to keep going. And once you pass that phase, you're gonna realize that all of a sudden that, oh, you have improved your English a lot. You are speaking now. So be consistent, keep learning, try to be mindful of how would you like to learn things. Don't try to copy others
Mm-hmm.
like plans. Everyone has a different liking and disliking. There is no definitive way to improve your English. So you have to just focus on input and output. And the way you do on input and output, it's not important. It's up to your like. You can read a book, or if you don't like it, then just listen to something, or watch a YouTube videos, or watch a movie. So the way you do, like the way you get input, it's not important. It's different for
Yes.
different. And the way you produce output, it's not very important. It's different for different people. You can talk to your friends, you can talk to people on social media, you can talk to tutors. So it's not definitive, it's up to you. So I would like to reiterate it again briefly. Have determination and be consistent with it, and make a plan according to your liking and enjoy the process. And you're gonna improve your English over some time.
Yes, that was really commendable. Whatever the tips and tricks you told to our viewers, and I know they are going to get benefit from all the tips. And Shahid, it was really nice interaction with you. I have another
Yeah.
session straight after this.
Actually, I would like to say something
Uh,
about my tutoring service. So I provide tutoring service at the most affordable price in India, which is 500 rupees per 10 session of 20 minutes. And it is cheap not because I provide bad quality of service. It's because I don't have to, pay money to other tutors and
right,
pocket
right.
difference.
And
And I
yes,
don't have to pay
moreover, you
taxes. And also I
more.
don't have to, pay money on advertising. That's why it's cheap.
Yes, yes, and moreover, I guess you are giving a chance to those who are really willing to learn, but maybe they can't afford much,
Yeah.
expensive sessions, right? So that's very
Yeah.
nice of you. I am keep up the
Yep.
good work. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you.